Um, what I'm going to teach you today are basically little check-ins with the pelvis and to see how much more opening in the hips that we can, hi Heidi, that we can create, and lengthening out of the low back, because as I watched all of your videos, actually they weren't horrible at all. I know you're all harsh critics of yourself, but I would just say the main theme is that when you go to roll up, that the pelvis, depending on how locked the pelvis is, it goes into a posterior tilt so quickly that you don't have an opportunity to lengthen the spine and lengthen the waist. And sometimes if we can just get our sacrum on a bit of a platform and let the bones just drop into a neutral position, and then we find our breath, it will lend itself to when we have to flex forward. So can we start on the back? And Heidi, do you have a block?
I do, yes.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so you'll start on your back with just one block in between the knees. And you're all, are you all teachers?
Yep. Yes.
Okay, good, fantastic. So as you start exploring, thank you, Ellie, much better girl. As you start exploring different sensations that you might feel in the hips or in the low back, you can integrate it into your own practice and then with your own students and watch how they are responding. And if they're getting any new aha moments, evidenced by some of the exercises, not just neck pull, that you'll be giving them, you can see if they have more space in their body, if that makes sense. So Ellie, you want to lie down on your back? Yeah. Okay, so first things first, knees bent, feet flat. The block is between either the knees or the thighs, whichever feels more stable. Yeah. Okay, it's nice to just check in with the feet. Maybe I will mute you all right now.
Do you want us all to mute ourselves, maybe?
Oh yeah, maybe, because I don't see. Oh, here you go. Yeah, why don't you mute, and then if there's an issue.
And should I mute myself too? Or
yeah.
you're breathing?
Well, let's just do this first.
Okay.
So we can set a baseline. Okay. So starting with the feet. When the feet are straight forward, sometimes if you don't have a sense, if all 10 toes are lined up, if each foot is lined up with the other, sometimes if you just bring your big toes together, you can get a sense if your feet are at the same level. You're not really moving the feet as much as just bringing the toes, the big toes in. And then you bring your big toes back out until both feet are parallel, exactly. Then you can just stretch all 10 toes, feel the arch lift, feel your heel pressing, which is really important for basically everything. Yes, good. And when you squeeze the block, you're not squeezing like crazy, you're just activating a little bit of the inner thighs, but without fixing. Just notice your, Sunny, separate your feet a little bit more. Yeah. Without fixing your pelvis, just take note if your pelvis is heavy and the sacrum is heavy, or if you are gripped, because we're going to go into a little check-in once the block is under the sacrum. Good. Take note about your ribs. Sometimes in the morning we haven't taken a nice full breath. Let the shoulders roll back. Take note if you're gripping your jaw. That leads to all sorts of challenges. Yeah. Someone's at the base of your neck, the base of your skull, and they're giving you a little gentle pull back. Yeah. And then let your arms go out to the sides. Even if you're on a high mat, it's okay. Let your head move right and left. This is good just to get some movement into the neck. You don't necessarily have to go and lengthen, you just find the range. Yeah, exactly. Good. Yeah. And from here, let your knees fall over to the right. Just a little, not a big one, not a big one. Come back up, sort of what you were just doing with your head, over to the left. Let them just fall. Of course, you're squeezing your block a little bit, and come back up. Good. And then one more time, over to the right. And up and over to the left. Good. Nice. Come back to center, bring your arms up to the ceiling. You can either have your palms forward or palms facing each other like you have this magic circle. Reach your arms behind you as you take a big breath in. And as you're reaching your arms back, notice if your pelvis came with you or it stayed heavy. Arms come all the way forward, palms down onto the mat, and that's your exhale. Super basic. And then again, inhale, reach back. Try to stretch and reach out of the arms. Exhale takes your arms forward. Right. And then one more time. Try to move with the breath. Yeah. And then exhale forward. Good. Okay. Put the block under your sacrum. Feet down flat. Yeah, there you go. Okay, take your hands on top of your hip points. Yeah, and maybe make those hands a little flatter. Perhaps take your hands a little bit around the sides. Right, exactly. Exactly. Okay, make sure your feet haven't changed. Your pelvis is heavy. The neck is away from the shoulders. Basically what you do is you take your right hand and you press your right side of your pelvis forward. You're literally taking the bones forward, come back to your center, and then to the left. It's almost like you're scooching your one side of your pelvis forward, then you release, and then you change. It might feel like you're rocking, but you're trying to move the hip forward, release, forward, release. Exactly. Nice, Juliet. You've done this, yeah? Yeah. Okay, now take your hands down and do it again without the 8 of your hands. Good. Good. Sometimes just that can wake up your low back and get some releasing going. Let's see. Ellie, move your block forward slightly towards your feet, just a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. Press your feet down with a little bit more energy without changing the shape of your pelvis. Lift your butt off the block for a moment. Good. Now from the feet, see if you can scoot your hips under. You go into a little bit of an imprinting action in the back of the pelvis, and then let the pelvis lie down again. Just drop it. Yeah. And do that 2 more times. You lift up, and as if your hands are helping you, bring the hips forward with the intention of stretching out of the low back, and then let everything drop down. Right, and then one more time. Lift up just high enough, little too high, Sunny. Give yourself a posterior tilt feeling in the pelvis. You tuck under, trying to find a little more length out of the low back, and then just drop down. Good. Hopefully that made your pelvis a little bit more, yeah, a little heavier down. Take your breath in, and on your exhale, lift your right thigh up. Yeah, and the idea is to be able to float your thigh bone without grabbing your quads or without grabbing the flexors so much. Good, and that would have been your exhale. And bring the foot down, take your inhale, left thigh up, exhale. You want the thigh to be independent, good. And bring the foot down, inhale. Heavy in the sacrum, exhale, lift the knee upright. Nice, beautiful. Inhale the foot down with control. Exhale up. Now don't rush, Sue, don't rush. And down, it's okay, just trust your breath. Good, right thigh up and stay. The right thigh doesn't move, the right thigh is up, Juliet. Take your breath, just to 90 degrees, Juliet, with the thigh bone, Exhale, lift your left thigh up. Okay, so try not to use your feet to push up. Right foot down, inhale. Right thigh up, exhale. Beautiful, Heidi, really nice control. Inhale, left foot down. Exhale, left thigh up. And the whole time you're doing this, keep going, let me watch you. The whole time you're doing this, you're connecting your breath to the heaviness of your pelvis, to the depth of your low belly. Try not to grip anywhere and make sure that you're not so much in your head that you're creating tension in the eyes and the jaw and the upper palate. Let everything go. Even the tongue should be relaxed. Good. Nice. Now, both knees are up and stay. And we just do our little tippy toe touches. The right tippy toes touch and you change. So now you start with rhythm. As we start to move faster, the pelvis wants to get involved and we want to not really let anything change. And maybe a little faster, but control from your low belly. Exactly. So the rhythm would be toes down and change and change and change and alternate, keep going. Now you flex your feet. So it's the heel that touches, a little more challenging. Take note if all of a sudden your pelvis changed. Ellie, yes, your pelvis changed. Get heavier. Good. Almost done. Nice. Did you stop breathing? Good. Wow, you have a little helper over there. Nice. Good. Both knees up and stay. Point your feet. Just stretch the top of the ankles. Flex the feet. Reach both heels up to the ceiling. Good. Now try not to engage the thighs. Let your thighs basically hang as if the feet are up on the ceiling. Let the thigh bone hang into the socket. Even if they have to, your knees have to soften. Yeah, so you don't want to grip your quads at all, right, Celia? You sort of want to just let everything be light. Exactly. Let the thighs internally and externally rotate. It's almost like, I don't want to say Raggedy Andy and Ann, but just let the thighs internal, external, without changing your pelvis. And the low belly is working. So that's the place where we want to concentrate on. Nice. Good. Come back to a parallel position. Bend your knees. Take a breath. As you exhale, both feet land super lightly. Take a breath. Exhale, lift your knees up. Yeah. Without gripping. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale, feet down. Empty, empty, draw the belly in. Let your weight land. One more time. First your inhale. Beautiful. Exhale takes you up. Good. Inhale, stay. Exhale takes you down. Make sure your feet are hip width apart. And let's try lifting the bottom up again. Use your feet to draw the pelvis under and stretch the low back more. Yes, and down. That was totally different, Sue. Do you feel the difference? That was good. Let's try that again. Up. Check in with your feet first, no gripping in the jaw. Use your heels to pull the pelvis forward, lengthening the low back, and land. Good job. Right knee to your chest. Hold on to your right knee. Lengthen your left leg straight down. Good. Now, lengthen out of your left heel. And some of you already changed your pelvis. What happened? Ellie, what happened, girl? Get your pelvis in neutral. So this indicates already, same with you, Juliet. Release your, more release, a little more. Now pull your right thigh in without disturb. Yes. Beautiful. Is that different? Yeah, definitely. That was good. All right, from here, take your left arm out to the side and the right hand, don't move your arm, open your right thigh out to the side. But of course, your left side is your stabilizing side, right? It's your standing leg. Nice. You don't want to disturb the left side at all. Good, Sunny. Ellie, lengthen your left leg more. Come on, reach out of your left. There you go. Come back up to the top. Check your pelvis, and then both arms out to the sides. And as if we're doing our leg circles, instead, we're doing our knee circle 5 times in and around. 1 and 2, free in the hip socket. 3, yes. 4, without disturbing your pelvis, Celia. 5, reverse. 1, 2, where are your bellies? 3, yes. 4, nice. 1 more. That was nice. Hold on to your knee 1 more time. Yeah, the knees meet at the top and change legs. Everyone okay? Okay, good. So when you hold on to your left thigh, flex your right foot. It's your standing leg now. This is your single leg stretch. Okay, pull your left thigh in and lengthen your right thigh and heel. That's better, Ellie. You taught your body something, right? So now the pelvis is still. Good. Celia, move your hips forward more. You have to be more active with those sit bones moving forward. Take your right arm out to the side. You're holding on with your left hand. Take your left thigh open. So this can feel pretty yummy, but you still have to stabilize. Okay, so the left thigh can go out as far as you cannot move the pelvis, and especially that right side of your body. Good. Come back up. Let your left arm come out to the side. Now before you do your knee circles, Sunny, move your knee forward more. Right there, right there. See if you can engage your low belly more. And now the knee circles in and around. 1 and 2, nice and stable. 3 and 4 and 5. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Hold on to your knee 1 more time. You can take a nice full breath. Good. As you exhale, both knees meet at the top. Hands down by your sides, legs up to the ceiling again. Check in with your sacrum. Make sure the sacrum is heavy. It should be a little easier now. Left leg forward straight. Now, yes, now there's more going on. Can you get longer on both sides of the legs, both sides of the hips, and change? Use your belly. Yes, beautiful, Sue. That was nice. And change. Nice, Celia. Good, and change. So it's more about trying to be free in the hip, finding more length out of your top of the thigh while you're telling that low belly to anchor in and hold the pelvis still. Nice. Good, last time. Good. Okay, good job. Bend your knees, bring your feet down with control. Lift your hips up. Keep your hips up and take the block between the thighs or knees, whichever feels better. Your hips are still up. Huge breath in. And as you roll down, now we can start to articulate the spine a little more. So keep the keep the bottom up as long as you can until the whole rib cage comes down. Beautiful. And then make sure once you're down there, those lower ribs anchor down and let the hips release. Good. Arms out to the sides. Let your head move right and left again, how we started class. Just notice if anything feels different. Come back to center. Let the knees roll right and left. Notice if there's maybe a little change in the low back. Even though this is sort of a basic progression, it's really super effective. Good. Beautiful, everybody. Now keep your arms out to the sides. You're back to the center. Inhale. Exhale, lift your thighs up. Right, not your bottom, your thighs. Come on. Karina, your thighs, girl. There you go. All right. The knees go to the right, your head goes left. Now it's a little more dynamic. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, the knees to the left, head right. Exhale, come back up. Inhale to the right, your head is left. You could squeeze the block more. Exhale, up. Inhale to the left, head right. There you go. Come back up. Bring the feet down with control. Good. Hands down by your sides. Lift your bottom up one more time. Hands down for Ellie. Lift your butt up in the air, Ellie. There you go. Okay. So can you all lift your pelvis higher now? Just notice if there's more, you have a little bit more range. Take your breath. Easy, come down, easy, easy. Your feet are helping to facilitate your pelvis. Beautiful, Juliet. Keep reaching and reaching and reaching. Beautiful. Good. Now, take your block in your hands. It will be, can you all see me? It will be like this. Yeah. Can you see that? So the pinky finger, it's straight up. The whole hand is on the block. There you go. Okay. Arms straight up. Squeeze the hands in. Feel your biceps and your triceps engaging. Good. Beautiful. Take an inhale without moving your pelvis. Arms behind you. Exhale. Keep squeezing the block the entire time. Inhale, lift up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Arms come forward. Exhale. So now we're trying to figure out some shoulder girdle opening. Arms up. Inhale. Use the breath. Press the hands in more. Arms behind you. Exhale. Good. Arms up. Inhale. Shoulders are down. Your collarbones are wide. Arms forward. Exhale. Good. Last time. Inhale up. And arms behind you. Nice. Beautiful, everybody. Now stay there for one moment. Make sure that the arms aren't too far behind the ears. And in that stretch with your arms, press the block more and pull your shoulders apart. Can you make those two actions? Yeah, right. And release your jaw. Good. Arms up to the ceiling and stay. Now, bend your elbows so that the hands come towards your ears. The elbows are straight up. You're creating a right angle. Perfect, Sue. Good. Now, let's see. Julia, bring your elbows to the ceiling more. Just a little bit more forward, a little bit more forward, more forward. There. Okay, now you're at a right angle from shoulder to elbow to wrist. Squeeze the bicep and tricep area and straighten your arms up. And while you're doing this, go ahead, that's smart over there. Bend the elbows and straighten the arms. And while you're doing this, see if you can continue to spread open the shoulders and the collarbones while you're squeezing the tris and the bis. Good. Sunny, you feel this? Yeah. This is a good one to teach people before you give them 100. The arms just they sit more nicely in the socket. Good. Now stay with your elbows bent and hold. Now we take that whole shape back. Don't straighten. Take the elbows back. You're not straightening. Exactly. Beautiful, everybody. Come back up to the top. And again, reach straight back. You're squeezing the block. Good. And come back up without opening the elbows. Bend your elbows, Celia. And straight back. Good. So you're at your right angle. You're moving the humerus from the top position to the back position. Yes. 3 more. Let me watch you. Keep your elbows bent. Yeah. 2 more. Good. That's it. That's it. And stretch your arms straight up. Good. Okay. Let's go ahead and come on to the hands and knees. That was good, everybody. And we can take the block off to the side for a moment. Okay, you know what to do. The hands are under the shoulders. The knees are under the hips. Take the shin and the top of the ankles and stretch them longer and press down. So that's helping to stabilize you. Yeah. Let the chin drop, the tail drop, and stretch your spine up to the ceiling. This is a nice flex position. And check out your thighs. Some of you are leaning forward too much. Make sure the thighs are right above the knees. Exactly. Good. And try to feel your low belly. Should be on fire now. Really drawing in. Yep. Now keep your feet long and stretched. Head up, tail up, open the chest. There is your inhale. So you are expanding. Think about the block, what you just did. You're pulling open the shoulders. Start with the chin and the tail. Exhale, stretch the spine up. Good. Hold that shape. Use your hands to push your hips back towards your heels. So you're sitting towards your heels, but you're not releasing. Come back up to your center. You're on your hands and knees again. Good. Change your feet. Curl the toes under. It's like your feet are on the shoulder rest. Sit back again. So we're in a flex position still. Good. Come forward, back up to center, release your feet. Open your chest. Good. Now the feet stay stretched down. Sit back. Now the pelvis is neutral. Don't tuck under. Good. Shift your weight forward again. Change your feet. Sit back again. The tail stays lifted. Right. Good job. That's it. Come forward back to your center. Step your right foot through your hands. You're in your low lunge. Don't change your back leg. Now take your right foot forward until you get a good stretch in the left hip. Okay, onto your fingertips. Drag your chest forward and up. Think about igniting the back. So you want to, it's as if your hands are going back, but they aren't. You're dragging. Good. Nice. Now the hands come flat. Your back toes are curled under, Ellie. Lift your back knee up. Not the hip, just the back knee. And down. Back knee up. Good, Sunny. And down. Back knee up. Nice, Celia. And down. Back knee up. That's it. And down. Back knee up and stay. You're back up onto your fingertips. Make sure that your right shin is vertical. The shin should be right underneath the knee. Good. Now using your belly strength and your length out of your left hip, sweep your hands behind you and hold. Yeah, you're like a rocket. Stretch those arms long. Your chest is down on your right thigh. Your arms are behind you. Breathe. Beautiful. Arms go forward. As you start to lift the spine straight up, press your right heel down and lift up. Nice, nice control, Celia. Good, so the arms are up straight. Arms straight up. Karina, arms up. Yes, good. That's it. Oh, we need to work on this. Arms come forward. Hands down. Straighten your front leg. Using your right heel to straighten. You're not moving your right foot. You're not going into splits. Lift your hips to straighten your right leg. Drop your back heel down. Lift your back heel up. Come back into your high lunge. Lift your hip up. Straighten the front leg. Drop your back heel down. Your hands are on the floor. Okay, now just take a little peek at your pelvis. Can you make your pelvis completely square? Yes. Come down so the knee, right knee bends, the left knee bends down. Good. And change sides. Okay. Your back knee is down. Your back foot is curled under into a dorsiflexion. Yeah. Now step forward enough so that you feel the stretch in your right thigh. On your fingertips and drag your chest forward. That helps to find the back muscles that you need to support you. Make your collarbones wider. Yeah, there you go. Now hands flat down if you need. Back knee up on one. Back knee down. Back knee up without lifting the pelvis. Back knee down. Back knee up, back knee down, back knee up, good. Back knee down, back knee up and stay. Now get longer out of your right thigh to your right heel. Sweep your hands behind you and stay. Okay, so you got to draw your belly up more without going anywhere. Open your chest. And as you sweep your arms down and forward and up, press out of your left heel. Use your back muscles to help you straight up. Keep breathing. Good. Use your belly. Left leg is bent. Sunny, what is that? Are you in warrior one or something? There you go. Good. Yes. Reach your arms forward and down. Straighten your front leg. Back heel down. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. Come forward again into your high lunge. See if you can drag your chest forward more. Good. Lift your hips up. Now look at your hips. Make sure you're square and back heel is down. Yeah. Let's do one more time. Bend the left knee. Can you make yourself longer? Exhale, lift your hips up. Drop the back heel down. Yes. Beautiful. Come back into your high lunge. Drop your back knee. Release your back foot and sit back with both feet back and sit on your heels. Now you get to have a little moment. Okay. Not that long of a moment. So sit up. Now let's get to it. Put the block between the thighs. I'm hoping that there is more release in the pelvis. Okay, we're going to find out. Knees are bent. No lie down. No lie down. Sit up. Up, up, up. There you go. Put your hands in front of your shins. Yeah. You got it. You got it. Okay. Now, with everything we just did, can that help you lift your low back? Use your hands to lift your chest. Squeeze the block. Yeah, nice. Beautiful. And check in with your feet. Are your feet active? Are they balanced? Are you lifting off your sit bones? Some of you could scoot your butt forward more. I guess all of you. Scoot, yeah, okay. Now, take your hands a little higher up towards your knees, even though you're still on your tibia. Take your breath in, and on your exhale, from the lowest part of your belly, start to roll towards the mat until your arms are straight. Yeah, you're not going any further. From that contained position, see if you can make your waist taller and your low belly in more. Come back up. Good. Using the breath. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, roll down until the arms are straight. Empty your air completely. Get your feet flat, Sue. Now stay for a new breath. Inhale, this is where we get into trouble. Exhale, come forward, draw the belly in more. Exhale, 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 lift the spine up, inhale. And exhale back until the arms are straight. Good. From there, don't move. From there, take your hands under your thighs. Elbows are open as if you're doing stomach massage, 1. Elbows are light, good. Lift your body up 1 inch, 1 inch, go back 2 inches. Lift your body up 1 inch, go back 3 inches. Keep your elbows soft though. Up 1 inch, hold it, go back 4 inches and stay. Good. Now, are you deepening your low belly? Is your back wide? Are your feet anchored? Stretch your arms forward. Hold. Full breath in. Use your exhale to come forward. All the way. Don't use your arms. Don't use your arms. Don't use your arms. All the way up. Now put your hands on your shins. Inhale, lift the chest. Good. Exhale your air. Don't go anywhere. Just exhale and lift the waist. All right. Arms forward. Take your breath. Exhale halfway down. Nice strong block. Nice strong feet. Beautiful. Arms out to the sides. Palms face up. Go into a bicep curl. Yes, hold. Pull your elbows open a little more and stay. Stay, stay. Open the arms out to the sides. Bring your arms forward. Come back up. If you need to hold on to your shins to lift up, that's okay. Otherwise, you okay, Ellie? You okay? Okay. Yes. Lift the waist up, inhale. Halfway down, exhale. Stretching your arms forward and hold. So we're preparing the body to understand where the hands are going behind the head. Arms open out to the sides. Check in with the belly. Try not to crash the spine. Stay lifted. Yes, beautiful. Bicep curl. This is fantastic if you had weights. Now keep the bicep curl and hold. Pull your elbows behind you and take your hands behind your head. You're right there. Those elbows should stay behind you. Good. Hold your position. Come forward with your hands behind you. Yes. Lift the waist up. Inhale. Elbows stay wide. Roll back a little or more than a little, but you're not going all the way down. Good. There's your exhale. Now, at some point when you feel your elbows trying to come together, don't go any further. Draw the blades down into the back. Use your hands to lengthen the neck up. Breath in. Exhale, come back up, 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 up. And lift up. We have one more time. Inhale. Elbows stay open. Start with your low back, lengthening. Think about all the progressions we just did. Beautiful, everybody. Now hold. How far down can you go without disturbing your arms? And that's where your work is. Stay. Oh no, we lost somebody. Stay. We lost two people. And come back up. All right, now shake out the legs. Good job, you guys. Okay, so take the block aside. Everyone all right? I just wanted to make one note. Most of you, I guess, were taught to do flat back first. And the way Ramana taught it way back when, it followed a pattern. We have short box where we do round back, we do flat back. We do stomach massage, round back, reach the arms back, flat back. We do rowing 1, we do rowing 2. Does that make sense? So we start with the round back to find our length. Then for our finale, we lift up and we just, because everything is set up, we go as far as we can. We drop the hips under, but we don't crash the spine. You still have to lengthen, even though you're going back flat, you still have to find length. Try not to overflex the body. So, you all ready for your new and improved neck pull? Okay, let's start with the legs out straight. Don't look too excited now. Okay, so if you happen to have a strap, that's fantastic, except I would just make a note that the strap can be a little deceiving, because if you pull up on the strap, you're engaging your flexors too much. And we want to find length out of the bottom of the body, okay? So I would recommend that the strap is, the feet are over the strap, so you're pulling with your heels, opposed to pulling with your ankles. Just FYI when you get to your apparatus, if that makes sense. Yeah, so the feet, exactly, Sunny. Because now you have to use your hamstrings and your tush, not your flexors. Does that make sense? It's hard. Okay, let's give it a shot. Arms up. Whatever you do, make sure that you're pressing your legs down, hands behind your head. You should feel like you have some of you already grew 2 inches. Looks beautiful. All right, you take your breath in, okay? As you exhale, start with the tailbone under. You'll make your way down to the mat. And at some point, if you crash, just take note where that angle is. Good. Yes, beautiful. Oh, yes, yes. Okay, now, I know this is a little confronting because it's a little bit of all of our nemesis. Reach out of your heels. And let's just take a chance, okay? The hands stay behind your head and your elbows are open. Take your breath first. As you exhale, use your head, use your arms. Exhale, come up. You got it, you got it, you got it. There you go. Nice. Yes, 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 yes. Now, sit up for one moment. Lift the spine up and stretch out of your legs. Take your breath on a straight spine and let me see you exhale forward so that the head is in between the thighs. Let me see that part. This is your spine stretch forward. So if you haven't taught your body what that feels like, it's not going to be here. From the base of your spine, lift up, inhale. That's better. Can you exhale down to the mat halfway? Halfway. Don't change your hands. To the mat, Juliet. Just halfway and hold. Hold. And come back up and down to the thighs. Empty, empty, empty your air. Lift the spine up again. Up, up, up. Use your waist muscles to pull up. Stretching out of your heels. Roll down just until you're about to crash, and then hold it. hold it. Maybe you go 1 more inch and you come forward down to the thighs. Beautiful. Yes. 1 more time. Inhale, lift up, pull up, up, and roll back. No flat, but you're tall. Keep pressing your head into your hands. Hold it where you think you're about to lose it. Elbows open, Ellie. Come forward last time. Yes, Sue. Nice job. Beautiful, everybody. And last time, you'll make your way all the way down. Inhale, lift up. And exhale. Someone's pulling your legs long away from you. Yes, Ellie. Much better, everybody. Much better. Anything feel different? A little more, not so congested maybe. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna unmute you in 1 second. Sue, you have something to say? Okay, so I'd like to now do your finale. If you have something to say, just unmute.
I was just going to say I was a lot less grippy in my hip flexors, which
Totally. I could see it.
I mean, I got a ways to go. But
No, yeah, but you know, now you have some new tricks in your bag. Well, what we can all, actually, let's all unmute. And before we do your final neck pull, and I would say don't put pressure under yourself that it's not going to be necessarily perfect, but you should feel a little bit of a change. Like Ellie was saying, she felt less gripped in her flexors. And I can totally guarantee you, if you do these check-ins with the block, you'll keep finding more and more space, and you'll just be so surprised how much more lift you have. Does anyone have a question before we do our finale? Something? No question?
I do have a question. Body proportions. I have a long body and it weighs a lot, and I have short legs. There's no way that my legs are going to counter the weight of my upper body.
it's the same here.
Yeah.
So how do you see? I see body proportion as being one of the big factors as to whether this is successful or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you might need to soften your knees, and the back of the legs need to be working more. So when you get to your studio and you can put your feet not under the strap, but so that the heel is pressing into the strap, see if the fact that you ignite the hamstrings and the glutes in a completely different way, if it counters the body coming up and forward. You could try that and let me know. But it's definitely, if you have more challenge, that's all. Look at it as a unique challenge, right? But I would say for now, keep the knees soft. But you can't let that be the determinant factor. It's all about finding length out of the back. So the more length, the less compression you'll feel. I saw a good change with Heidi and Sue, especially. Karina, you've been taught neck pull with your arms down by your sides, right?
I can't get myself up, that's why.
Okay, well that CAN''T is gonna go out of your vocabulary. Good one. Okay. Maybe you can't right now, but you will. And maybe we will check in a month and we'll revisit this. But are you all ready to have this? Yeah, really.
On that same note, we had that sticky spot on our way down and you had us hold. So on our way up, what do you suggest if you prefer that our hands stay behind our head? How do we get over that sticky spot?
You might, depending on where your feet are, you might have to soften your knees, but you want to keep teaching your body where that sticky spot is. Of course, you want to always teach the roll up, the roll back first.
Okay, right.
So you roll back, you find where you're about to lose it, come back up a little, go back a little bit more. So it's that challenge of where your body loses the integrity And then before you know it, you'll be able to go all the way down and up to that sticky point and keep going without disturbing your body position.
Until that happens, would you prefer that the hands be long, or just keep them behind your head and do what you got to do to get up?
I feel like if you start doing rowing one, a lot more rowing one, that will help you.
Okay.
I think people are getting into some funky habits. So establish where your body is and what's happening in your body. And then when you can't hold it, go to rowing one, even on the mat with weights. You'll find some new strength.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Celia?
Yeah, for me, I often feel like that was great, that stuff with the pelvis, but I feel like maybe it's my upper back that really, because it's really tight from lots of inversions, that really prevents me from that come up, you know, ugh.
That's why I did that yoga block check-in, because there's a lot of movement. There's a lot of space for taking the body out of the position. And if you teach this action, there's more activation in the shoulder blade area. Did you all feel anything new when you did the block?
That was cool, actually.
Yeah. There's a fantastic one that you can do on your tummy if you guys wanted to try it. It's totally 20 times harder, but it really helps you distinguish the back from the neck. And you would be on your back with your arms forward, and you hold on to the block, and you go into this flexed position. Celia's gonna do it. Right. So don't lift your back up yet.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Now bend your elbows. If you're tight, the elbows are going to want to go out to the side. Okay. Exactly. Now just have your hands straight up though. Straight up. Right there. Right there. Okay. Lift your elbows up. Right. Now she's strong, so she can you lift your elbows up a little more? Exactly. Now that action will give you some new stuff. And keep your elbows up and stretch your arms straight. Yes. Now bring the block down. Lift your chest up. Press the block in more. Now you're the same thing I was talking about, the front and the back of the arm, the collarbone's wide. Now lift your block up without disturbing the length out of the neck. Okay, so that's some of your new work, because you see how she just got short in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to help you with this. Do y'all want to just try that?
We will.
It's hard. I mean, it makes your upper traps and it makes the upper traps fire very quickly if you don't have a lot of stretch back here. So the arms are straight out.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. Right. Right. So, right. The shoulders want to be far from the head, far from the neck. Yeah. So I'm seeing, yeah. So Karina, this is a good one for you, girl, because your humerus doesn't know what the hell to do. Keep those shoulders, the shoulder blades into the back more. Yeah. Juliet, you're relying on your low back strength.
Okay.
So do the first one where you're just bending. Yeah, see, I need to see more space between your ear and your shoulder. And pull your elbows closer together, Juliet. Yes, girl. But keep your head down. You're just lifting those arms up. Yes, and straighten the arms. Lift your elbows up. Now make more space between your shoulders, though. Oh. Now lift up. Yeah, so Julia, you have a strong back, but you could have more length out of the upper back, I think.
Yeah, okay. I can feel myself along my low back.
Yeah, this would be good for you. And you guys could start practicing that and see if it translates into more freedom when you hold on.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
So,
you-
I have all of your videos. So, I don't know how Sunny wants to play this, but it would be nice to revisit or get some feedback. You guys could maybe give it a week or give it 2 weeks, play around with what you learned, and also give it to your, are you all teaching yet? No, and
Not,
yeah. Well, be your own student and keep exploring it. I can guarantee you'll find some new connections in the whole shoulder girdle. And because we're all sitting a lot more, this can start to happen. So the yoga block is kind of brilliant because we can release the sacrum and the whole pelvic area. Then we can work on the shoulder girdle, all in the comfort of your home with just one block. Now, if you happen to have 2 blocks, who has 2 blocks?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, I'll give you one thing you can do to build just your depth of strength. So you could do arm balances or, inversions. Maybe you guys have already done this. It's this shot. You're going to do this one.
Oh, beautiful.
Can you see that? So if you don't have the push-up device,
oh, right.
you start with your shins and the top of your feet with the blocks right by your hips, okay? And the first thing I like to do, get your feet down though, Celia. No, girl, on the top of your feet. Yeah. So then the blocks will be right by your hips and you lift your knees up. Think of rolling like a ball.
The blocks like this?
Yeah, it kind of depends on what you can do. I mean,
Okay.
some people can do it flat. Sometimes you have to get it all the way up on top. And you lift your knees up, not your feet yet. You lift your knees up to establish your belly. Then you lift higher and you take those feet off. And that, beautiful. If you can do that, you can take your legs through, and we do this on the electric chair, right? And then you can do your beats, right? So we can continue to, yes, girl. There you go. Do that one more time, Juliet.
Oh my gosh.
Fabulous.
Yay.
Okay, so wait a second. You're relying too much on your arm strength. Yeah, you got to be careful. I need to see more lift from underneath.
Okay.
Then you take the feet off. So take your hands behind you more. I think pretty much you balance on the top of your feet first. So you have to have your feet healthy enough to be able to handle that. Yes, girl. Yes, Juliet. Now, there you go. There's your work right there. Is that different?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, Joachim. Okay. So let me see what you're doing.
Nobody gets it right. Have you heard the word Joaquin? Most
Okay.
Americans use Joaquin.
Oh, Joachim. Okay. Well, what do we Americans know? So let me see what you're doing. Okay, so he is relying completely on his arms. Instead of taking the time to feel the action of lifting the knees up deep into the chest, then the legs just float. Okay, so that one's a work in progress, but because you have much more strength that you're not accessing, that's all. So I feel like this work can reveal and expose some deeper layers of possibilities that aren't necessarily being addressed when we do